Welcome back once again. So here we are with another settlement tour video. As you can see from my last video, there is the Red Rocket gas station museum, and I had teased a little bit about us heading to Sanctuary, and that is exactly where we are. I had also mentioned that I'm doing all of this on the PlayStation 4, and that when you do this kind of stuff on a PlayStation 4 and really push these settlements to the limits, they can become quite unstable, or I should say the game becomes unstable. And this is a perfect example of pushing it to the maximum and beyond. This is actually my second, probably not my last, attempt at doing a video for this one, because I've already crashed right in the middle of recording while doing the tour. So let's hope that we can make it through this time without any issues. So for starters, this is my sanctuary build. I have a huge stone wall surrounding the entire island, if you will, for maximum fortification and defense. I have used a few mods, removing the size limit. I've also used a mod to repair the bridge here, because it just looks so much better. And I've also used a cleanup one that helps me get rid of everything, as well as being able to scrap literally every building in Sanctuary if I wanted to. I ended up keeping two, and you will see as we go along. So as you come up over the bridge, we are greeted with the main entrance and gate, as well as security stations. Off to the left, water purification, some turrets for defense, and here's our main gate. And so stepping inside, we have our security desk.
Yeah?
That is Angela. I don't know why I call her that, why not? So you go check in there. She is head of defense for the front gate. Up top there is two more defense posts up there, but the guys are almost never up there. Nuka-Cola station, as well as some benches for waiting. I removed the house that was there and turned that into a vertibird landing pad. Tons and tons and tons of electricity going through this whole entire place to light it up, including the street lamps and all the different buildings. I've actually had a few blackouts because I just didn't have enough being pumped into the whole place, but that's all settled now. So our first stop here is Sanctuary Mall. This is a two-story market. Showcases all the different stores in here. We have a miniature clinic, clothing, armor station, general sales, junk, magazines, whatever, and a vacant store. Maybe someday that'll be filled, who knows. Headed upstairs, we have our weapons. Again, the attendant's not here. What can you do? We also have our food court. Ice machines, everything, an actual attendant where he's supposed to be, and yes, you can buy liquor here, as well as a lobster roll. Vending machines, more seating, so on and so forth. I did a full glass panoramic ceiling here just to let in a lot of light and to make it feel really open and cheery. Okay, let's move along. So now this big building here is actually the Sanctuary Hospital. Alright, so here we have the Sanctuary Hospital. Sorry for the little glitch there, but the game actually did crash on me as soon as I was exiting the door from the Sanctuary Mall to head over here. Like I said, this is quite unstable, so we might have to piece together a few clips just to get this one done. So over there's our back entrance. I decided to keep that. It leads to the walkway up to where the vault actually is. Decided to leave that open. Some security there, again, some posts and some turrets, a couple spotlights, so on and so forth. And so let's see if we can head on into the hospital here. Once again, I did an above ground vault, just like I did for Spectacle Island. I decided to use this because it kind of looks like a hospital in a sense. Screening in here. You can grab a bar, a juice at the bar there. general testing on some bicycles and whatnot, and just whatever. Threw it all in here. Let's head over here, and we have the actual clinic and surgery room. There is actual facial reconstruction, so on and so forth. I did put in here, everyone is supposed to have an attendant, but yeah, the usual story. It never seems to work. Bunch of beds, med pods, so on and so forth. Okay, there's our main entrance. And now we can head upstairs to residential sections. This is where all the patients are kept, as well as our cafeteria. So let's go over here to the right. And here we have the children's ward. All empty, no kids are sick or dying, so that's always a pleasant thing, I would say. Okay, moving along, we have our cafeteria, and once again, all empty. You got 30 people here, and none of them are wherever they're supposed to be. Okay, and then here we have the newborn babies ward, complete with cribs and changing tables. And now we're going to head upstairs to the overseer's room. This room I never ended up actually finishing doing anything because, like I said, I've absolutely gone beyond the limit of what you can do. So this ended up just being one big giant empty room, but I had planned to put all kinds of desks, displays, furniture of all sorts up here. But yeah, once you get to that upper limit there, this game becomes really unstable, and you're just asking for trouble trying to make it work for you. Okay, let's see. Yep, back over here is a kid's room. So that's the Sanctuary Hospital. Pretty simple and basic, but took quite a while to build to get everything to line up and function the way I wanted it to. And over here is one of the houses. As I mentioned, I could delete all the houses if I wanted to, and I did. But in doing so, here's one of the glitches. He's hammering the middle of the air, and he's inside the floor. Nothing you can do about that. That's just the way the game's programmed, because they didn't expect you to be able to delete entire houses. So I used that foundation and built my own house here. We have a little makeshift kitchen, master bedroom, back door, bathroom, and of course a laundry room. Pretty basic. Again, I can't add too much stuff without hitting those limitations and making this game crash even more. So the original protagonist, or star of the game here, I should say, I decided to keep that house and just gave it some electricity and some beds. Didn't really do much of anything with it. And again, I kept this one here simply because that's where all the NPCs seem to always hang around, and that's where they typically like to go to sleep. And again, same thing, all I did was add some electricity and some beds to this place just to liven it up a little bit. And over here we have the Sanctuary Police Department. So let's go take a little tour here. We have our general waiting area and our front desk. Back here, this is supposed to be closed. We'll see why in a second. This is actually our jail. All cells are empty, even though some of the settlers do like to sleep in here at night. That's just the way it is. You know, they have a bed, they go and they sleep in it. And then back here, we have our weapons and our armor. Again, set up all the armor display racks and put all the various types of armor that I collected and fixed up in different ways, including Scuba Steve here. Why not? And just general weapons, weapon racks, so on and so forth. Again, there's supposed to be an attendant here, but you know, what can you do? And upstairs we have desks and more desks. Little kitchenette area here. Cops and their donuts, you know. police chief's desk, so on and so forth. Alright, let's move along. And we'll get to that big place in a second. Over here was another house that I had deleted. This one has the little bomb shelter underneath it, and that part I couldn't get rid of, so I actually turned it back into a bomb shelter. So you come in here, and here's your doors to get down into, as they call it, root cellar, but I call it a bomb shelter now. Okay, and again, we have our giant wall going all the way around. Each corner has the cannons and so on and so forth. Now, coming down the road here, I followed into the cul-de-sac and led the path to here, to Castle Sanctuary. This is by far the biggest castle I've ever built in Fallout 4. I don't know why, but for some reason I just have a hankering for building castles, and that's what I end up doing. So this one we have a few attendants, a few guards,
If you ain't been up to see
one of
Grey
which
God,
looks to be relieving himself in the bush over there. Good for you, guy. Decontamination. And here we come into the main part of our castle, the throne room, I guess if you want to say. We have dining tables, some statues, some water for people who just arrived. Display cases that I never end up getting to fill because of the limitations of the game. Actually, there's some frame rate drop for you. This is such a overloaded settlement. And here's your main throne, microphone, and let's go take the tour upstairs to the living quarters.
My back hurts.
Yeah, shut up. My back hurts too. It's all part of getting old. Okay, bedroom number 1. Again, I can't fill them with too much stuff because there's already way too much in the settlement here, but yeah, here's bedroom number 1. Bathroom. And second exit entrance there. And then we have bedroom number 2. Very similar. Just basic build. Furniture. Everything you normally typically find in a bedroom. Including some crates to put your shit in. Pardon my language. Bathroom. And now we're going to go into the master bedroom, or the king's room. This one is complete with pool table, a little bar section over there, in case they decide to have a baby. And then over here we have the ensuite. Shower, toilet, little sitting section, why not? Bathtub over there. And no, this is not 2 toilets, this is a toilet and a bidet. If you don't know what a bidet is, I feel sorry for you. Go look it up. And I don't mean Google it, grab a dictionary, read a book. So over here, I decided to throw a little hidden panic room. So behind the bookcase, we have weapons galore. This actually took a lot of time to build because the game kept crashing right in the middle of doing it. This was the last thing I was actually doing, and the game kept trying to tell me, nope, you can't do anymore, and so I managed to squeeze it all in. So we have armor, we have weapons, displays, you know, all kinds of cool stuff just in case something goes down and need somewhere to hide. And so actually here's a view of the front wall in the corner there. We're going to go take a look at some more of that stuff in a second. But yeah, this is the main big room of the castle, including a little hidden panic room.
A dangerous look about you. Hope you ain't here for me.
Alright, heading on back down the stairs here. And a jukebox. Decontamination. So yeah, I put giant stone walls surrounding the entire place. That takes quite a bit of time to do, especially when you're trying to meet up in corners and get them to blend into each other like this. In some places, wow, you had a rough day, guy. In some cases, they're at the same height and they will just bleed into one another. That takes a lot of practice and finesse to make them do that. Especially when you get to funky corners like this one here. These are both the same exact height, but I managed to finally squeeze them into each other like that through a lot of practice and trial and error. But yeah, this is Sanctuary, and frame rate drop once again. Like I said, this place is packed to the gills, and oh, actually here's some tip that I did forget. Of course you need food, so built a couple of greenhouses back here. There's one and there's the other. So both of the fully stocked with food and people that are supposed to be taking care of it, but you know, it is what it is. And so this is Sanctuary. I had planned to put a whole bunch of trees and stuff in here. As you can see with my frame rate drops right here, I just couldn't squeeze any more in here without really causing it to become unstable. But this is one of my finer builds that I've done. I've redone Sanctuary so many times, and this is the one that I'm most proud of, that I've put a lot of work into, that came out the cleanest and the best looking in my opinion. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you have questions, again, if you want to request anything, there's a little glitch right there that fell through. Go ahead and leave a comment, like, subscribe, all that normal junk people beg you to do, and we shall see where we're headed next time.